And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at Dragon Rapid Fire, the Fire Crystals. It's really kind of an odd name for this game because rapid fire sounds like, rapid fire, something is rapid firing, and this is just it's basically a roll and move game. It's also a green box, which is unusual for HABA. Well, maybe not so much anymore. They're starting to change up their colors. But this is definitely a kid's game. You're trying to get your dragon, you're trying to collect crystals. It says 3 to 99 on here, but it is essentially a 3 to 9-year-old game, probably. Here's how it plays. Each player is playing one of 4 dragons that is here. They each have some sort of name. I believe it's Rapid Fire, Flying Spark, Fire Trail, and Silver Flash. Anyhow, on a player's turn, they roll a die. And that's how far they move. If they land on a spot with gems, like this one here, they take that many gems. So 2, 1, etc. If they land on one of these arrows here, they're going to follow where the arrow is pointing. It starts on the orange path moving like this. However, once a player leaves that, it gets turned to the other direction, or if they pass over it. So every time a dragon passes over it, it goes the other direction. And in each of these, the main path has just a few gems on it. These alternative paths have a lot more gems on it. When one dragon gets to the final spot on the board, they will get 4 gems, and at that point, the game is over. You'll flip the board to the other side to show a scoring track, and each player counts the number of gems that they have moving along the track, and whoever has the most gems is the winner. Now for me personally, I really didn't like the game, but this game isn't made for me, so I have to go by what my kids thought of it, and they liked it, so go figure. To me, I thought, here's my negative things about the game. I thought, wow, you're just rolling to move, no choices. You move over to the switches automatically change unless you roll this special symbol on the die, in which case you switch all the switches, but you don't have any control over that, and then you don't even get to move. The first person to get to the end and get the 4 gems usually wins, although not always. The game talks about possibly running out of gems. That never seems to happen. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of decisions. Yeah, let's pack this one up and never play it again. But my kids wanted to play it again. Now I'm talking about my younger children. We 7 and an 8-year-old, and they just really like this game. Although I could see the 8-year-old was after a while. I was like, this seems like it's all luck. I was like, yes, it is. So HABA made a good game here, but I think it's for very young kids. Okay, we're talking probably 5 or 6. You roll die, you collect crystals, you get to turn those switches. Those are neat, switching from one to the other. And I really like this idea. This is very similar to other games I've done where you flip the board over at the end and you can just put your gems in all the spaces and see who has the most. It's a good way to teach counting and such. So while I wouldn't recommend this for older kids, or even, this is one of those games you want to give to your kids and say, here, have fun. We'll see you all later. But you can't always do that. But if the kids can play this by themselves, I think they'll like it. So for younger kids, this is one I'd recommend. But HABA makes a lot of other, probably better games that I recommend for other kids. Dice Tower Judgment, approved!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.